Normally, when you try to leave the lighthouse with the key, the game elects to drop it into the lighthouse here. As it turns out, normally the game does not expect you to leave without unlocking the key here, but I have set up this pretty simple save where I unlocked the emergency power without having to use the key, and I'm going to demonstrate how we can actually take the key pretty much anywhere that we want except for right in front of the lighthouse here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of bounds. It's pretty simple. I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to hit the F7 key, which is a debug key. It's totally fine. Normally it's supposed to reset your position, but we're using it for more nefarious purposes. So let's just climb the mast, which is also actually pretty cool, but we're going to use this to just sort of go into the lighthouse here. So now we're actually underwater. You can see the chest up there. But down here is the key, so now we have the key. And you might be wondering, well, what does this help with? We're still going to have to leave the lighthouse. Well, I'm going to flip to classic here, and I'm going to demonstrate that we're actually stuck. So when I try leaving, what happens is the game acts as if I'm still going, but I'm not really still going, right? The game gets very confused about where my progress is and so on and so forth. The way that I can fix this is I can save and I can load. And now it thinks I'm here, and I have the key. That's it. We have now left with the key. Now, as it turns out, this does some really wonky things. The game doesn't know where to load and thinks my 3D position is still in the lighthouse, but once we leave the level here, it won't be a problem. Now, as it turns out, this is not the only thing that you can take out of where the game intends you to. As you can see, wow, once this loads in and everything, I have key. Great. What else can we hold along with our key? The primary example that I can think of is a match. So if I grab a match, normally, you know, you strike it and you turn around, but if you try to leave, it gets replaced. And this actually shows that I'm always holding the key for whatever reason. But we can do a sort of similar glitch where we get stuck. So I'm going to wait for this to turn into a burnt match because I think that's the funniest. While that's happening, here's a silly thing you can do. You can actually close the safe by unlocking it. That's always fun. Okay, so now I have a burnt match. So normally, you know, if you're standing in here, the door stays open. But if you hit F7, the game jumps and then it closes the door. And this is because, for whatever reason, when it's resetting your position, you're slightly too high, and it thinks you're further away from the door than you are, and it automatically closes the door once you're far enough away from the radius. So what we can do is close the door, start moving, and now the game is really confused. It thinks we're outside of the cabin again. So I'm going to move just a little bit forward in at least where the game thinks I am. Very, very bizarre stuff. Oh yeah, while I'm here, hold on, let me see if I can get this. But now we can do similar, so I'm going to save and I'm going to load. And I am now holding burnt key, a burnt match and a key. Again, for whatever reason, the loading and saving is kind of mucked up, but all we're going to do is we're going to present Atrus with our findings. And we're gonna see how much he likes that. So just real quick, we're gonna see what happens when I give Atrus a burnt key in a match. I'm gonna do the standard sage glitch thing here, don't worry about it. Just lets me load in a little bit faster. Oh no. I have things for you, man. So you may be asking, why would I go into Dunny with no white page but a burnt key? Sorry, a burnt match and a key. Why would I do that? Isn't that pointless? Yeah, I just really think it's funny that he's yelling at me while while I'm holding in my one hand a key and a burnt match, and I'm like, here. I don't know why, but that's so infinitely amusing. Anyways, we're stuck in Denis now. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.